There comes a moment in the life of every technology when change becomes inevitable. Take vinyl records, for example. It could only hold about 10 songs, but that never mattered to us. We cherished its warmth, authentic sound, the iconic album covers, and even the comforting crackle that came with age. Eventually, though, its replacement was inevitable. Yet vinyl will always hold a special place in music history as the last great analog experience before the digital revolution swept in. And much like vinyl, the Porsche 993, the last of the air-cooled 911s, marks the end of an era, a symbol of a bygone time when machines were raw, mechanical, deeply connected to the soul of driving. Is the 993 considered a true classic simply because it's the last of the air-cooled 911s, or is it because Porsche distilled generations of knowledge into this car, perfecting it in the purest form?
I think it's time we need to do a deep dive into one of the most iconic 911s ever made. My name's Trevor Joseph, you're watching Rolling Slow Media, and this is a Porsche 911 993. The Porsche 911 993 arrived in 1994.
And in the same year, Nelson Mandela became South Africa's first black president, the Channel Tunnel opened connecting the UK and France by rail for the first time in history, and the Sony PlayStation was released in Japan, revolutionizing the gaming industry and paving the way for modern gaming consoles. The 993 replaced the beloved 964, also known by some as the GOAT. And don't get me wrong, the 964 was a fantastic machine, a true icon in its own right. Well, except for one tiny flaw. Pretty much everything about it. The oil leaks, legendary. Rust practically came as a standard feature. It was like the car was having a midlife crisis while you were trying to enjoy a Sunday drive. But then came the 993. It brought with it cleaner, more refined lines, a curvaceous rear end so beautiful it could make a Ferrari blush. And most importantly, it didn't leave your garage floor looking like the after party of a PDD mansion. This was Porsche finally ironing out the kinks, creating a machine that was every bit as reliable as it was stunning.
From 1963 to 1997, Porsche stood proudly behind the iconic air-cooled engine, which was synonymous with the brand.
It was a 34-year love affair between Porsche and its enthusiasts who cherished the raw, mechanical feel of air-cooled power. But with the arrival of the 993, this era was approaching its swan song, a final, beautiful crescendo before the inevitable shift. But why did Porsche switch to water cooling? Well, it was simple: emissions. The dreaded word which has given us things like catalytic converters, hybrid SUVs, and EVs.
The truth is, air-cooled engines simply couldn't keep up with modern regulations. It was like trying to run a marathon in flip-flops. Eventually, you're going to faceplant. In the early 90s, Porsche was in so much financial trouble, they were practically raffling off their cars.
The 993 came at a time when Porsche needed a hero, and fortunately for them, it was like Tom Cruise, Bruce Willis, and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson rolled into one rear-engine package. The 993 sold so well, it pulled Porsche back from the brink of bankruptcy. Well, for now anyway.
The man behind the masterpiece, the 993, was Tony Hatter.
He essentially was the Michelangelo of the Porsche design. His brief was simple: take the iconic 911 and make it sleeker, sexier, and more importantly, stop it from looking like a Beetle on steroids. Hatter was a key figure in modernizing the 911's look while preserving the car's classic silhouette. He refined the 964's angular design, introducing more fluid, rounded lines that gave the 993 its sleek, timeless appearance.
What he did was nothing short of genius. The 993 was all smooth curves, subtle aggression, and a rear end to rival the Cardassians.
The 993 came in several different variants, which included the 993 Carrera 2 Coupe, the Carrera 4 Coupe, the Carrera Cabrio, the Targa, the widebody 2S, the widebody 4S, the twin turbo, the Turbo S, the GT2, and the Carrera RS. The 993 Carrera RS was a lightweight, track-focused variant of the standard 993 Carrera, featuring a stripped-out interior, thinner glass, and performance enhancements like a 3.8-litre engine with 300 brake horsepower. Porsche offered an optional Club Sport package for the 993 Carrera RS, which added more track-focused features such as a roll cage, fire extinguisher, fixed bucket racing seats, battery cut-off switch, and further weight reduction. This optional Club Sport package transformed the 993 Carrera RS into a more hardcore track machine, but it was not widely produced and remained a highly specialized option for race enthusiasts.
The 993 passed the torch to the 996.
And it was here where Porsche enthusiasts started to split into two factions. The purists, who clung to air-cooled engines like hipsters clinging to vinyl, and the water-cooled converts, who accepted progress like normal functioning adults. Of course, the 996 brought with it the infamous fried egg headlights, which, let's just say, didn't win any beauty contests. Today, the 993 is like the kid from high school who wasn't popular at the time, but is now a millionaire. Everyone comes around. Mods are popular with the 993. Whether it's engine tuning, suspension upgrades, or just lovingly polishing that iconic body, the 993 has finally gotten the love it deserves, and not just from the purists. You have companies like Gonterworks and Paul Stevens have sprinkled their design and engineering know-how to produce some stunning examples. But some like to leave these cars as Porsche intended, and for me, that's just fine.
Second-hand values. Well, if you're one of the lucky guys that bought one of these cars back in the days, congratulations. You're sitting on a small fortune. These cars have shot up faster than Bitcoin. But people don't just buy these cars as investments, they buy them to drive. But if you did jump in during the early days, you're damn lucky. But here's the thing, despite the rise in value, the 993 does make for a good first 911, as well as a good investment. But one thing's for certain, the Porsche 911 993 will always hold a special place in Porsche history, just like vinyl does for music. If you like this type of content and you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to my channel. It really does help me build this channel up, and I really would like to grow this channel, and I can't do it without you guys. So subscribe if you haven't, turn on notifications. I will see you in the next video. My name's Trevor Joseph, you're watching Rolling Slow Media, and this is the Porsche 911 993.